Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. So, it's super early here. It's like 6 in the morning, and I am trying to get my day going. I have a lot to do for Thanksgiving this week. I have a lot of cleaning, just, doing stuff around the house. I need to just make sure that I have everything that we need for Thursday, which I'm going to do today. I will take everything out and make sure I have like the right bowls and everything, utensils and whatnot, and get all that squared away. So probably tomorrow and Wednesday I will start all my baking. Today's Monday. This video was filmed yesterday. I did some prep. I prepped the bread for the stuffing. I made the cranberries, and then I also did the cranberry salsa, and I chopped up my celery and onions for the stuffing too. My cranberry salsa, I don't know why in the video it didn't show me blending the salsa. I thought I was recording every clip that I did. It should have been recording and it wasn't. But I still have, plenty of clips from that. So I'm gonna drink my coffee and spend the rest of the day getting stuff done for Thursday. And I'm going to show you guys this video here of prepping for Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And also too, I want to thank everybody, all the new subscribers that I have. Thank you so much for subscribing. To be honest with you, next month will be a year that I've been on YouTube, and it's hard, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. So I appreciate everybody that has been subscribed and all my new subscribers. And I hope you really, really enjoy my videos. And if you know anybody else that will enjoy my videos, please tell them to, hop on and subscribe and press those like buttons for me. I truly, truly appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started on this video. Okay, everybody, so I am going to go ahead and start cubing up all of my bread. I end up cubing up about a loaf and a half of bread. A little backstory. I learned how to make stuffing from my mom. She always did Thanksgiving every year, just like I do. And when she would make her stuffing, she would actually tear her bread. She would just get the pieces of bread and tear it all up and put it in a big disposable turkey pan. And she would put it on the counter overnight. And it would dry out some, but not all of it, because, it's not being mixed around. So what was on the bottom it wasn't hard. It was kind of soft. But that's just how my mom made her stuffing. And that's how I've always made my stuffing. But this year, I decided I wanted to cube it up and toast it in the oven and see if I like it that way. I want to see the different textures of the stuffing will taste like. I also had about a half a loaf of bread left over after toasting the bread. So I went ahead and just added that to my bread cubes, and just to give it a little more texture to the stuffing. I know people make stuffing and dressing. I know that the dressing is a lot more wet than stuffing, and stuffing, you're supposed to stuff it in the bird, but I don't do that. I just make a big pan of stuffing, and it's really good. I absolutely enjoy it. I had mentioned in another video that I don't use chicken stock in my stuffing. I actually use all the drippings from the bird in my stuffing, and it is so flavorful. It just tastes amazing. So right here I have a big cookie sheet, and I'm just spreading it all out on there. I had a ton of bread in that bowl, so I'm just going to try and get it spread out as best as I can. And then I'm going to drizzle it with some olive oil. And then I'm going to mix it all up and drizzle it again with olive oil just to help toast the bread. And right there's my grandson. He's asking me what I was doing. He didn't understand what all the bread was for, so I had to explain it to him. And he's always interested in what I'm doing in the kitchen. So here I am. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil all over it. And at this point right here, I got olive oil on my foot. I was like, oh, well, that's great. So I went ahead and mixed it up, and then I drizzled some more olive oil all over it. And then I spread it all out, and then I pop it in the oven. And my oven runs hot, so I put my oven at 300 degrees, and I baked this in 15-minute increments. So it took 30 minutes to bake it. I wasn't sure how long to bake it, so I wanted to be mindful of how hot my oven gets. So I went ahead and just baked it at 300 for 30 minutes, and it came out amazing. You guys will see that in a little while. So while that is in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and I will get started on my cranberry sauce. So right here, I am going to peel some of the orange from the outside, and I am going to add that into the cranberries. And then I'm also going to slice the orange and add the juice to the from the orange into the pot too. I'm sorry guys, it's early for me right now, and yeah, I'm tired. So yeah, I peel off about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 long strips of the orange, and then I go ahead and slice it in half, and then I go ahead and I'm going to squeeze it all into the cranberry. Everybody makes their cranberry different. I, of course, never used to make my own cranberry because I didn't know how way back when, but now I do. So I love making my own cranberry sauce. So right there, I added 1 bag of cranberries. I added 1 cup of water. And now I'm adding the orange rinds. And then, is it rind? Is it a rind? I don't know. And then I'm going to add the orange juice from the oranges in there. This smelled so good, and it tastes so good. Like, oh man, I just love making my own cranberry. And it's funny because not everybody in my house likes cranberry. I love it. I think it's great. And then I also put 1 cup of sugar, which later on in the day, I ended up adding another 1/2 cup of sugar to it, just to thicken it up some more. And then I added probably about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I added about a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves and ginger, or no, nutmeg. I don't have ginger. I keep saying ginger, and I have no ginger in my cupboard. But I did end up adding the cloves and the nutmeg. Sorry it's taking me so long to add it to the pot, but they were brand new and I had to pop them open. So, you know, it takes a little bit longer than expected. So, you guys tell me how you make your cranberry. Do you make your own cranberry? Do you buy it? Do you buy the jelly cranberry? Like, what kind of cranberry do you like? I love making my own. Once I learned how to make it, it's so easy and so much cheaper than, I mean, the cans are cheap, but it just adds more to it when you make it yourself. So I'm stirring everything up, mixing it. And then I did decide to go ahead and add another 1/2 cup of water, because it just didn't seem like there was enough liquid in there, which is fine because it reduces down. So I just added a 1/2 cup, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove down, the flame from the stove. I'm going to turn it down, and then I'm going to let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then I will cover it. So right here, moving along, I am cutting up all my celery for the stuffing. I had a ton of celery to cut up. I'm making a lot of stuffing this year, so I had a lot of celery, a ton of celery. So I did cut up about almost, I would say about a bunch and a half, because I had some celery that I was using before, so I chopped it all up together. And then my onions were kind of small, but I went ahead and chopped up 2 onions. I was literally crying at this point. They were so fresh and like they were making me cry. So I went ahead and chopped up my onions, and then I will add those all to a Ziploc bag and get all the air out of it, and then put it in the refrigerator. This helps me save so much time on getting things done on Thanksgiving Day. I'm usually just in the kitchen, just doing everything and not even being able to visit with the family. So throughout the years, I've tried to get more stuff done than I used to before. So my family's gotten a lot bigger. There's 18 of us. That's including like in-laws and everything. So, I mean, daughter-in-laws, son-in-laws. So, I have to cook a lot more. My kids also bring stuff too. They bring stuff every year. So anyways, I have this contraption where it holds the Ziploc bags open. I bought them last year. I kept seeing them on YouTube, so I went ahead and bought some on Amazon, and I love them. They help keep the bags open, especially when I'm, doing chicken or, whatever it is. So, I got a big 1-gallon Ziploc bag. They're really big. And I'm putting all of my veggies in there. And then I'm going to get all the air out and then stick them in the refrigerator. I love these big gallon Ziploc bags. They work so, so good. They're not expensive either. I think I paid a little over $3 for a thing of 12, I think it is. So yeah. I just went ahead and put all of that in there, and I'm taking all the air out, and I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator for it ready to go on Thanksgiving morning. So, see how it's, it works great. I love it. It's perfect. It's exactly what I needed to do. So, I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was talking to somebody. I probably was, because my kids always come and sit and watch. So back to the cranberries. They're starting to get soft, and some of them were popping open. So I put the lid back on, and I went ahead and turned it down a little bit, and it's just going to continue to cook. And there are the bread cubes. They came out perfect. I was so happy with them. They're so crispy. There's some that are still kind of soft. I mean, it was perfect. I was smiling like, yes, I did it. So I'm going to go ahead and get a big, large Ziploc bag. These have been sitting out for a little while, and they're cooling. I mean, they're cool already. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the celery and onions. I'm going to put my 1-gallon Ziploc bag in this nice little contraption that I got, and I'm just going to pour it all in there and put it all in into the bag, and then I'll just store it in my cupboard for Thursday, and it'll be ready to go. It's so funny because I watch so many food videos, and I see people doing things like this, and I'm like, should I do that? Should I make my life easier? And oh my God, I save so much time doing all this. I mean, usually the night before on Wednesdays, I am so bombarded with baking. And by the time I'm done with baking, it's like, okay, now I need to do this. And now I need to make this. And it's just like, no, I don't want to put myself through that anymore. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible that I can. And, you know, all of you ladies out there that make stuff ahead of time and, you know, post your videos, they are so helpful. Very, very helpful. And I'm hoping that I help somebody too that is first timer or, you know, just wanting to learn more about it. You know, I love making videos like this to help people, you know, make things better for them. So there it is. It's a lot of bread. And I did cubing up the other half of bread and just putting it in there and mixing it up just to give it some different textures of the stuffing. So I'm getting all the air out, and then I'm just going to store it in one of my cupboards until Thursday. So right here I am making my cranberry salsa. Now, mind you, I realized that I had forgot to buy cilantro. I completely forgot to buy cilantro. So on Wednesday, my husband's going to run to the store and I'll have him grab some and I'll chop it up and just put it in and mix it all in together. Now, cranberry salsa, I don't know if anybody has ever had it before, but all it really is just onion, jalapeno, cranberries, some lemon juice, salt, and like a half a cup of sugar. And they say to chop it all up, but I don't. I put it in my blender and I just pulse it and it will just chop it up for me. And it's so much easier. And, you know, trying to chop up those little berries are a little too much for me. Like, I don't have time to be doing all that. So, sorry guys, I'm drinking my coffee. So, I go ahead and I rough chop the onions and the jalapenos and then, and get everything ready to go in there. Right here, I don't know why, but I didn't record the mixing part of it. So I was finished and I went ahead and put it in a container and, gonna just store it in the refrigerator until Thursday. Well, Wednesday night I'll take it out and mix in the cilantro and then put it back in there. It was pretty spicy, but it, you know, with the sugar and the spice, it balances out really well. And then the day of, all you do is get a block of cream cheese and pour that over, and you can serve it with tortilla chips or crackers or whatever you want. So right here, I'm checking on the cranberry sauce. It's still a little loose right here, so I'm going to go ahead and just let it cook a little bit longer. And then I want it to come to a really good boil, so I let it cook longer. And right here, you can see how it's boiling and it's thickened. And at this point, I'm finished. Like, I'm done cooking this. I turn off the flame and I keep it covered. I say flame, but I have an electric stove. Anyways, I turn it off and I cover it and I just let it, you know, cool down for about 30 minutes. And then once it's cooled, right there, you can see how it's cooled down. Once that's cooled, I pour it into the container and voila, we're done. We're all finished with it. I am so thankful that I am able to do these things and show you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please stay safe out there and don't work too hard. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.